Today on Hopped Up Beer Review, we're going to be trying Dank Side of the Moon. It's a New England style IPA from Third Planet Brewing Company out of Niceville, Florida. Do not go anywhere. Hey everybody, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer that we are drinking and reviewing. We are back to do that once again. I'm Ben, there's Jay, there's Andy in the attic. What are we drinking today, guys?
We're going to have the Dank Side of the Moon from Third Planet Brewing. So we can crack this and I'll give Andy a little break. I can talk to a little bit of the history and a little bit about the brewery.
Maybe he's trying to tell you something, Andy.
So it's a little foamy. That's probably good that I get to talk. So Third Planet Brewing out of Niceville, Florida, is well, let's cheers, right?
It's foamy.
That's what we're supposed to do first, right?
We all got the foaming up.
Yeah,
foam it is.
A good bit.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
I will hold and let Andy tell the Dank Side of the Moon history, but I'll give the brief intro on Third Planet. Third Planet, Niceville. Niceville is more of a military type community. It's right there on the Gulf Coast, outside of Eglin Air Force Base, one of the largest Air Force bases for testing and over water testing, over land testing. So heavy military, and I believe Third Planet was founded by former military. Andy can go through some of that history. They had an original location. It was very smaller next to a nice restaurant that I actually went to when I was down there last time. And they moved down the highway a little bit, and they have a really great location. With a beer garden, indoor, outdoor seating area where they have bands play. They have typically, I think it's somewhere between 10 and 20 beers on tap that they're their own, and they actually allow guest breweries, which I thought was really cool. We've got a review of Trillium, I think, coming up. I'm not sure if we've done a Trillium, but they actually had a guest brew beer from Trillium, which is really unique to have something from Massachusetts all the way down in Florida. Neat venue, and really enjoyed spending time with the staff there and getting to know them and the beer, and it was a unique place. So I'll let Andy go through some of the other history, but give him a minute to enjoy the beer.
I am enjoying it. I'm trying to put a finger on that taste.
And hope
Dank
that
Side of the
didn't
Moon.
butcher all of that. But
You butchered nothing, my man. This is as you said, a New England style IPA, 7.5%. It is offered year round. It's got some ingredients to it. Let's go to it. As the hops are Centennial, Citra, Mosaic, and Eldorado. Malts: pale malt, rolled oats, malted wheat, dextrin malt, and acidulated malt. Never heard of that. I had to look up what acidulated malt was. It is malt that's used to adjust the mash pH. And it's carbonated, as we saw. Woo!
Very carbonated.
This is dry hops with Citra, Mosaic, and Eldorado.
Too.
What was that, Jay?
I was saying the carbonation, part of that could be some of the age. This one was never It was never transported via air, so
The Third Planet Brewing Company, Niceville, Florida. It's a microbrewery founded in 2015, as you mentioned, by military, the two United States Air Force veterans. It's in Okaloosa County. They say
yeah.
it's. I read that. I read that they said it was close to Destin, down there
Yeah, so
in the
all of that is
Panhandle.
interrelated. So if you look, Eglin Air Force Base is kind of up in the center. Then you got if you're looking at the map directly to the east of Eglin is Niceville when you come out of that gate. If you go out of the west gate, you come down and you would go through a town called Shalimar, and then you would go down into Fort Walton Beach and then into Destin. The main airport there has always been it's up a little bit north of there, in between, north of the Air Force Base, kind of on top of it, in between Niceville and Shalimar would be Valparaiso. So it's Fort Walton Beach, Valparaiso, if you ever see that. But it's all kind of interconnected around. But Niceville would be directly to the east on the Gulf.
Just for Sandy's sake, we're not talking about that Valparaiso, right? That's like Indiana, right? Okay.
Yeah, that's completely different. Yeah.
Just make sure.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
the ones we like to
No,
hate.
like when you
Bitter.
would go to the airport, you
Brewery,
would see something
Valpo.
that said Fort Walton Beach / Valparaiso, or I think that's Valparaiso. I need to
Just wanna make
probably make sure of that. But I'm almost positive that's what it
Check
is.
your sources.
No. I'm just
I,
using my memory.
Check
I
your
like
sources.
they have a theme with their brewery of the names of some of their beers. It has a very air, space and air, as well as nautical themes to some of the names of their beers. I thought it was pretty cool. As well, we could see, Third Planet referring to Earth, and then Dank Side of the Moon. I guess a play off the Dark Side of the Moon.
Yep.
Long live Pink Floyd.
Yeah, so the code would be Destin Fort Walton Beach, but it's called Valparaiso. But it's VPS is the airport code.
Okay.
Valparaiso. Paraiso? Yeah.
All right.
But
What else we
typically, I
got?
don't fly there because it's a shorter drive.
Have you had this one, Jack?
He has.
I was asking
Down on the
Jay, but
beach,
thanks, Andy.
on the endless sands by the water.
Yes.
Were you there with him? Was this a trip that y'all made without me again?
We weren't going to tell you, Ben.
Oh, okay. Well, that
No, man, I've only been to the beach with you.
somehow I don't believe you, Jay. But okay. Andy, we got any more updates on or more info on?
Yeah,
that you
let
want
me
to share?
see. Nothing breaking about
No.
Dank Side of the Moon.
What's
no,
coming
no
across the
updates. I'm getting in. No, nothing on the wire. Okay, so we can move on.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for checking in. They're live. That was Andy in the attic. Appreciate your coverage of whatever that was. Let's go back to Andy in the attic. He's there with an update. Well, what do you think, Andy?
Oh, wise guy, you get to review. I was reading that such a small brewery, lost in the shuffle. This is a great beer. This is a really, really good beer. I'm trying to identify the flavor, but I can't. It's, I guess, all the hops it's something like an airy tropical feel, but it's got this really nice dry finish, and it is really good. I mean, and 7.5%. It is refreshing. It's close to a crushable feel. It is. It's really good, and I'm something this quality. I'm impressed that they offer it year round.
It's their flagship, if I'm not mistaken, or one of them for sure.
just had to have another. I don't know. I'm going to give it an 8.5. This is stellar.
All right, I'll jump in there and go next. Since Jay has had this one, otherwise I would have made him go next. So, or asked him. I can't make him to do anything.
Make you,
But
I refuse not to
yes.
review.
So I think this one's okay. I don't think it's as good as you think it is.
Cool your jets.
I'm going to calm you down a little bit here.
This is okay.
Yeah, I think the field work is getting.
It hasn't taken off yet.
I think that I definitely agree with you. The finish is dry. I don't think it's a bad beer. Let me preface with that. When I get something that's Dank side of the moon, I'm expecting it to like blow me away and be dank. And I don't. This one isn't dank to me at all. It's
but you don't like dank.
I actually do like dank beer.
What?
Yeah.
No, you don't. You don't like
what dank is?
Yes, I know what dank is. Of course I do.
I'm
Absolutely.
down with the dank.
That's right. This one's very, very smooth and not dank at all. So, I'm expecting a really dank beer.
So you're judging the beer based off the name.
I haven't given my score yet, but again, it's like if it's the same with the beer we had. It was fresh squeezed, where they've got a hop that they're squeezing. But I'm thinking orange juice the whole time, right? I wanted it really citrusy and that kind of thing. I'm thinking dank on this one all the way, and it's not. It's not dank. I mean, am I wrong? Are y'all getting dank
Yes.
and I'm not getting?
No, I'm not getting dank, but I believe you're just close-minded and small.
That's fine. That's okay. So I'm not saying it's not a good beer. I am saying it's okay, and I am judging it a little bit on the fact that there really is no dank to this beer.
Damn it! I wanted dank, and you didn't give me dank.
If I didn't get what was advertised in this one. I would definitely drink it again. I think it's this is one of those where if I'm not doing a beer review show to tell you what I think, where nobody cares, but then I'm not going to be concerned with these details. But the dank piece is really, to me, is the part that holds the score back for me, because I'm thinking it should be dank. Again, I'd drink it again. You give it to me, I'm going to have it any day of the week. But just wish it had a little dankness to it. I'm going to give it a 7. I think it's for that. I'm going to bump it back a little bit. That's my thing.
Bend. All right.
If I'd have got invited to the beach to drink this on the beach, I might feel differently.
I want to
Andy
inject.
wasn't there either.
I can think when you mentioned, Jay, that they have these popular, hard to get New England beers that are guest breweries. I was like, this makes me think this. I think this is such a quality that breweries around the country, other people should be talking about something of this quality and trying to get this. This is a really good beer. It's like for this little brewery in this little place and down in the Panhandle of Florida. Good stuff. It makes me want to try more Third Planet after having this.
Maybe they should have just named it differently.
I'll be headed back that way.
Can we mute Ben?
soon.
Just no, but I can mute you.
So I'll be headed back that way soon. I can get more. I've had several of their other ones. They actually do. I think it's called a Blue Water Hefeweizen. It's a wheat beer that they do.
Mm-hmm.
Is it blue?
Their flagships. No, it's not blue. It's called Blue Water. But I'll try and pick up some other stuff when I get back down there. I was impressed. I mean, I saw. I was actually fortunate because some of the people I was with. Could be Deepwater.
Deepwater Hefeweizen, like Deepwater Horizon.
Yeah. And then they had a Blue Water as well that was a wheat beer, I believe.
Blue Water. We're both right.
Yeah. So But I got to go to this restaurant that was right beside their old brewery and could see the old location. And, it's just kind of a hole in the wall like you see with a lot of nano breweries and microbreweries. And then I was fortunate enough to go the next day and see the actual big brewery where they are now. And it's not a big brewery when you put it on a scale like that. It's still a microbrewery like we talked about. But seeing the difference and the way they've expanded, the following that they have is tremendous down there. I mean, they're the go-to when it comes to probably breweries in that area. If people say something like, "Well, where's a good beer, or where we go get a good local craft brew?" They're going to say Third Planet. And then they also support back to the military community. So it's a win-win across the board. To me, the beer itself. I agree with you, Andy. It's very complex. You can't put fingers on the exact notes. It has some of the tropical flavors in there. There's a whole lot of malts, but they did a great job of blending it. I think it's great. It's an 8 for me. First time I had it on the beach was after I had been there. I had another visit to the beach and drank it down there. So, and it wasn't with any of y'all.
I'm just to specify, you said after I had been there. Ben was not there, so just throwing that out there.
I had been to the brewery. So.
That is going to be a 7.8 for the Dank side of the moon. There's no dankness in it. From Third Planet Brewing out of Niceville, Florida. Definitely a beer. If you've had, let us know what you think about it. We'd definitely love to hear that down below in the comments. And we've got a bunch of links down below in the description. One I want to point out, you can jump into our Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server. It's a chat room. Join us there. And the others who have joined us, we've got some links for some merch. We've got some links for some glassware that we have purchased that we showcase on the show, as well as some other things down there. So go check all that out if you've not done so. But definitely appreciate you checking out this video. If you haven't liked, subscribed, or cheers that notification, do it now. We'd appreciate that. We are trying to make it to 500 subscribers before the end of 2025. We are well on our way, but we need your help. You too can save a lame beer tube show. For Andy and the Attic and Jay, I'm Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Do we need saving?